Hey YouTube, Moose Cow here, back with our final recap video for our game. We're at the top of turn 7. Here is the casualty bin, the boneyard dish. Got quite a bit of things in there, and look at that, there's the flying tiger. Here's what happened. Germany has gone south, is onward to the Middle East. They also taken Novosibirsk, and I believe they took Vologda, and maybe a couple other territories down here that I forgot. Caucasus, for example. Russia, having the halved economy, bought 5 infantry with the IPCs it got before, and they rolled for a destroyer, which they do not get because they don't have Archangel, so they get $5 to their halved economy. Again, they get their resistance force now, so they get their IPC values, half of them rounded down. So if you get 7 IPCs, that is 2 IPCs. Let's see. All right, and then Japan has taken all of China. Japan has finally grabbed the Money Islands. Turn 6, finally grabbed the Money Islands, and gone over this way pretty much. Had a big battle with the last of the Chinese up in Kansu, and eliminated the cavalry in Xikang and the units in Suyin. The U.S. took western Spain and brought the massive force here into Hokkaido, going a little crazy over here. And brought some units to Wake Island. More stuff on the way up here. This is the situation over here with the U.S. And over here. Then China, like I said, it ceases to exist. And the UK reinforced at home, sent its navy out of the Mediterranean in this direction to help with the Japanese threat and all that jazz. And then sending as many units this way as they can. Same with the French. French took over control of Rio de Oro, so Spain is already crumbling, pretty clearly. They don't got much going on for them now. And they rolled their Lend-Lease and they got an artillery, so that's cool. And then Canada bought a battleship and an infantry, 2 artillery for Australia, and then moved the Queensland units back to South Australia. So not much going on in Canada. Also, they flew their Air Force to Shan State, and all the UK units moved up to Shan State as well, out of Malaya. Malaya's a lost cause. It's being convoyed. It's a mess. So that is the situation we got right now. Oh, and Canada took over Chile. So that is no more. Yeah, so that's about it. That's what we got, people. That's what we got. It was a good playtest, and I know I said I was a glutton for punishment, but in the interest of the fact that we are simply in need of practice of standard BBR, because Rick and I will be going to the chaplain's BBR tournament in St. Louis or St. Charles, Missouri. We will be doing that, so we need to practice. We definitely need to practice. A lot of interesting things that we have learned from adapting our expansions. Vichy France, we're thinking of changing to it being an NO instead of Germany receiving an IPC for each territory. So we're thinking of changing it to that because it works for global, but that gives such a boost to the Axis, and with their railing ability and being able to send that to the Eastern Front faster, it might be a little too much. So we're thinking of changing that. We're also thinking of changing Spain to being a default setup at the end of the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, whoever wins, it results in a default setup for that side. So that'll speed things up and make it more realistic, because the way we have it now, it is possible that Spain's setup can get carrying over from the Spanish Civil War can be a little extreme. So we're thinking of changing that to a standard setup, and then also maybe even a standard amount of units from Germany or Italy that aren't actually taken from their original setup, and Russia's stuff isn't taken from their setup or income either. Quite possible. So anyway, so that is our initial thoughts on what we've got. And like I said, Rick and I got to get seriously practicing. Again, he had like 15 NOs, and there's no way I was going to take back all of them. So congratulations, Madman Rick. You have played a great job as the Axis. I'm sad that we didn't get to see this pan out, because this looked pretty glorious to me. If I was able to get this going another 2 turns sooner, this would have been a completely different story, I think. The J1 threw me off. The completely different J1 that I'm used to, as well as Rick is also used to. Completely different J1, basically crippled Anzac from the get-go. And then America just was not able to build up significantly fast enough in order to make any real headway in the Pacific. I had to spend a lot of time bashing up Italy. I was rolling terribly as Russia. For some reason, that seems to be a common theme for me. I just do not roll well for Russia. I don't roll well with Russian 2s for some reason in defense. And more often than not, I would miss. We're very happy with the Free French rules. Again, slightly revised the Vichy rules, maybe get rid of the recruitment rule in general for them. And that's about it. So, till next time, YouTube. We'll be getting another game of typical BBR3 going as soon as possible, probably in a week or so. But until then, may you all roll the dice better.